So this is my chapter 7 review. So I'll start the review on our app.js, where we import our React component and then we import our GitHub component, and then we have our class app that extends the component, and class app extends component, and then in our div we call our GitHub. So basically in our GitHub, sorry, we also import our React component, we import our Axios library for our APIs, and then we import React loading from React loading that will handle basically our loading icon, and then we import the media form group, form control, and our button. So we extend our GitHub component, and then we have our constructor that basically initializes our components, and then we have this data property object that has the data property, search term property, and is loading and then we have this handle change because this handle change.bind, which handles our search bar or our input bar, and then we have the handle submit will handle the submit button. So we have set is loading to false here because we haven't requested for a user hasn't requested for any API. So our is loading is false, so it won't be loading. And then we have get GitHub data. This is where we will be getting our API data. Also have this state is loading with to false, and then we have data, which response data items, where the data that, or the name, if I should say, that the user will search for, we'll get it here, response data dot items, and then it will be saved in this array, and then it will log the data items. And then so when we render, when the user does the search and we render, we will map through the input that the user has inputted, where it will create an instance of the users we got from basically the API that the user searched for, and then it will be displayed in our media component. We have our anchor tags, where when a user clicks on a user's image in the APIs that have been mapped, when they click on it, it will take us to that user's HTML URL. And then what will be encapsulated with the user's image or whatever image will be that user's login and that user's ID. So, and then in our return we have basically our form, where our form will consist of a search and a search bar basically, and a submit button, and our search term, we have it as this state.search term, because with state it allows us to change. So that's how it allows the user to change and enter different names. So this handle change is basically controlled here with this set state, where the search term will search for the target value. So it will search for the name or the input that the user has inputted there. And then once the user presses the submit button with the name that they are searching, it will show the loading icon. So this state is loading, it will show that loading icon, and then it will list those users that we found in that loading icon. And then after it lists the users, it will have the heading GitHub users results, and then it will display all the users that were returned, or that were displayed. So this is chapter 7. I just want to read the summary. So in this chapter, we learn how to implement the GitHub user search application by connecting our React app to the GitHub RESTful API using actions, promises, component lifecycles, and display a loader icon. So that's my chapter 7.